The long johns, the long underwear. This is stuff that you put underneath your normal clothes.
An introduction to life in Canada under quarantine, the process for many Afghan refugees destined for Edmonton. In August, the world watched as the Taliban took control of Afghanistan. Fears of reprisals for those who helped Canadian soldiers or their allies. The federal government vowed to resettle 40,000 refugees. So far, 88 have arrived here at Catholic Social Services in Edmonton.
You cannot imagine losing your home, country, job within blink of the eye or within 2 hours. So some of those families were told they have 2 hours to come to the airport.
As an Afghan refugee from nearly 2 decades ago, settlement counselor Helene Nikyar notes the emotional realities of those arriving now.
The challenges I went through, not necessarily that they are going through, because when you come as a refugee to a country, before arriving that country, you go through a process. But this particular group of people, they did not. They were basically evacuated from the country.
This is a unit ready for a new arrival for tonight, a refugee coming from overseas.
And COVID-19 playing a factor, with 2 weeks quarantine, either in a suite like this or at a hotel in Toronto or Calgary.
Yeah, this is a temporary accommodation. It's like a transition house until they get their permanent accommodation.
With something called the wind chill, it can feel more like minus 25.
With a digital orientation, not just on how to survive Canadian winter, but on Canadian laws and customs, while setting up bank accounts and getting enrolled in schools.
Countries that are war-torn and that have been ravaged, people are traumatized, they're tired, and they're just like the rest of us. They just want to have a good life and they want to move forward with their families.
The resettlement organization launching a fundraising campaign, saying they need money to support those arriving while they wait for paperwork, for things like clothing and a device for orientation.
Some of these refugees left Afghanistan with just the sandals on their feet and the clothes on their back. And they're about to encounter Canadian winter. We need to provide winter boots.
With 88 new Afghan Edmontonians so far, they're ready for more. In Edmonton, Carly Robinson, City News.